Jerry's a cut up on when he's working, and people love him. He's just so generous. And Linda is the most incredible actress. I've always loved her. And Common, what a hoot! What a smart guy! What a talented guy! I think he's going to be a big movie star.
The production company and Gerard Butler spent a lot of time with the authenticity, so that submariners, me, my friends have seen this, and we felt like we were in a submarine.
Really?
Yeah, it was that accurate.
It is so gratifying to hear from the guys and gals who have seen the screenings already at the various submarine bases, to come out and applaud, thumbs up, okay, now finally my family and my friends will know what I do out there. Because it's hard to describe, and we get a good taste of what life is like on a submarine.
This actual story has like some resonance of what's going on right now when it comes to political things and Russia being involved in certain schemes and coups, and like, so it has a little bit of drama that kind of resonates for real. So the thing I love about filmmaking and like working with Donovan is you come from these two different worlds, and eventually it's like the worlds have to come together, and you eventually learn a language that works. And it symbolizes to me like what we want more to happen in the world, meaning like people coming from different places and walks of life, and because you interact and have to learn each other's language, you do that. And I think it was cool to get that, to develop that with him, and yeah, it was fun.
Every time you do another movie in a genre that's familiar, you've got to evolve it. You've got to take it somewhere new. You've got to show people something slightly different. There's an expectation. We know it's going to be men in a little box. But in this case, it's the latest box, the latest Virginia-class nuclear submarine. There's no more periscope. It's a different vibe. It's highly technical. Warfare has modernized, and there's different ways of doing things than it was back in the Hunt for Red October days. And so it was just about bringing things that you hadn't seen before in a familiar genre, and then twisting the story so you don't expect the ending. That's the real challenge, so it stays surprising right to the end. And I really wanted to bring that authenticity into the film, make it as true to life as possible, as much as I was able, because a lot of this stuff's classified. So I say, well, how do you shoot a torpedo? How fast does it go? They say, can't tell you that. I say, can I see the nuclear reactor? They say, no, you cannot. So a lot of that stuff I've got to imagine and put that into the film. But where I could, I try to stay completely real and authentic and believable. So I think whenever you make a movie about war, you have a responsibility, because this is the world we live in. Not much can take us to the brink of a nuclear war, and we don't want that. So every war movie you make needs to say something about war and what one can do about it. So I think there is a very positive commentary on that in this film. Plus, it's a wild ride, it's a thriller, and it's exciting, and you don't know what happens next, and you're rooting for the heroes, you know, the standard stuff. But we put some twists on it that I hope are very clever.
We just made the best movie we could, but it felt like a chance to reinvent the submarine genre. People haven't seen these movies for a long time, and then when you watch them, you remember why you loved them in the first place. And we're now living in an era where this is very plausible, it's very believable that this could unfold. So you're much more, and that's what everybody who sees it says, it's like, I actually could see how this situation could arise, and I found myself in there on that journey. But the one thing that I think we have that is different is we're not just in the submarine, it's also the clashing of military minds in Washington, and then following these Navy SEALs into Russia and this suicidal mission behind enemy lines. So you have essentially three different thrillers, put into one kind of portrait of a world moving towards war. Gary Oldman, are you kidding me? I mean, he's my hero, and he's the first person that I met when I went down to London to start acting, and I, for some reason, ended up having a cup of tea with him, and he was so nice and giving, and so to make a movie with him that you brought to him is really exciting, and he kills it in the movie. The whole cast kill it in this movie. They're fantastic. And Common is just, he knocks it out of the park, and Linda Cardellini is a great actress, and it was great to bring a strong, a powerful female presence to the front as the NSA. We've made a big discovery here in Donovan, Marsh. I met 10 different directors, and it was trying to find the right one who could, as we say, give this kinetic energy, this you know, just much more fast-paced, like, break out into this new, you know, style of submarine movie.
It was really tight-knit. Donovan made it specific that he wanted the four of us to hang out, go to breakfast, go to lunch, go to the movies together, hang out every day. He wanted us to be tight-knit. He wanted that to come across in the film. And so we did. We invaded each other's space for the good 5 or 6 weeks that we were in Bulgaria, and we bonded, and we had a lot of laughs.
Trying to save the Russian president to get him on Gerard Butler's submarine, you know, it was just a dream role for me, to be honest. I didn't know if I'd ever get a chance to play a Navy SEAL. I come from a family of Navy SEALs that McPee's Irish Pub in Coronado, go there if you haven't been there. Greg McPartlin is a famous Navy SEAL, and he's kind of the godfather to the Navy SEALs. So this is kind of my tribute to him in a way, of being able to go out there and act a little bit like it. Because every time I've been to the pub, they're all like, you look like a Navy SEAL, but you really went a different route, didn't you? I'm like, yeah.
The action pieces are big. There's a lot of, I mean, you saw the trailer. There's missiles everywhere in the subs, and there's a lot of stuff on the ground. I think the element that we add, the SEALs, kind of gives it, you know, it helps you get out of the submarine and to be able to jump back and forth between us on land and the other guys in the subs is kind of a cool, you know, balance.